Hey y'all, welcome in, welcome in. Adjust this camera. Tonight we are being vulnerable. Glasses, no makeup. I got Yoda with me and Harry Potter socks. So we're just being us tonight. But I was hearing vulnerability, and then the channeled message I posted. Um, Roll with me, Henry. So either some of the collective are moving forward, moving out of this, specific relationships, or you're watching Back to the Future. I'm not for sure which one. Um, I think when that song was playing in Back to the Future, and one of you guys can tell me, I've seen the movie so many times, I can't believe I don't remember the exact scene. But I think it's when Marty is at the dance and he gets chased. I think he gets chased by those guys and he ends up in the trunk of that car. And that's where he comes across the group. Sorry, that scared me. That was my cat playing. He comes across the group that listens to his song because afterwards they need a band member because the one guy injures his hand to get him out. And then they need a band member to replace the other guy, which is a guitar player. And, before he traveled to the future, or actually, even though it's Back to the Future, it's the past. But when he travels there, um, I can't remember the group that he was playing with. Was it BB King? I can't remember. I cannot believe I can't remember. I've watched that movie so many times. It's one of my favorites. But that's when he meets the group and he plays his guitar. Because remember, before he left, he was trying to get into this band. And the irony was Huey Lewis was the one that told him no, it was too wild or whatever. But that was actually the song he was playing was a Huey Lewis song. But by him playing his guitar the way that he wanted to play it, he got the attention of this group in the past. So this, if you guys can look at it in the sense that it's a metaphor, if you listen to certain songs, it's code. It's a code. You got to figure out what it means to you. And each of you, it'll mean something different. Yeah, I think, some of you, it may be that you're coming across the right people to get you in the right place, like where you're being directed, to help you. Like with that, with Marty coming across that band, he was coming across the right people to get, because when he goes back, everything's changed, and then he also changed what his future would be. Instead of being a businessman under someone else, his future changed as well. So, it's a little bit about timelines, a little bit about past, future. What is going on now is pivotal, I feel, for the collective. So I'm going to use the Black Moon Astrology Oracle, which is the same one that I used last night, just for an overall collective reading. collective energy. But I feel it has something to do with, that being the channeled song. And then, when I remembered that song, I remembered it played in that movie. I'm sure it's played in other things, but I specifically remembered Back to the Future. Not only that, when I searched it, it was also directly underneath that song was Back to the Future. So for each one of you, it will apply different. But I feel like that's the overall collective energy as far as changes. We're going to be meeting the people that are meant to be in our lives to push us through this. I almost want to say portal. Push us to a different timeline. So the true changes can begin, the things that we're wanting to manifest. The bottom of the deck is Earth Element 38 Stability. That's an 11. A lot of you may be seeing 1s or 11s. A lot of you may have been looking at your stability within self, because whatever we are within is what is manifested outside of us. Maybe looking at changing jobs, changing locations, moving different places. I feel like just overall looking at stability and all that entails. Are you working in the career that you want to work in? Are you being true to your soul? Are you doing what you really are passionate about? Or are you just doing what you were raised to believe that you had to do as like a job? Gemini, I think, came out, which is 15 equals a 6. So some of you may be in your head about this, going back and forth between the twins, the twin energy. Should I, shouldn't I? Can also be balancing the twin energy. What is it that actually what I'm getting right with that is, what are the downloads that you're getting in this moment or today? Or if you haven't gotten this yet, like I said last night, I feel like a lot of us are going to get some kind of download on the 11th, this moon in Capricorn. Like a big epiphany, an aha moment. Underneath that is Leo, I will, as 17, which equals an 8. Some of you can be seeing 1s, 5s, 3s, 8s, 11s, or 6s. But I feel like with this Leo card underneath that, this is having the will and the determination and the fight to say, I will make this change. I will make this shift. I will do what it is that I want to do. And I know that was messages. That's why I feel like there's going to be downloads, because this card gives me very ancient ancestors, Also your higher self, even with that eye up there, even though I know that, I think that's the eye of Ra or something. But to me, it represents your third eye. So you're receiving the downloads from your higher self, your guides, your ancestors, angels, archangels. You're receiving those messages. But you have the will and determination to allow this in. So whatever healing needs to take place with that 8 there, and that makes another, well, there was an 8 there. But, and also the Leo card equals an 8. But with this Chiron healing, in turn, this is going to assist you with healing that Chiron wound, whatever your Chiron is in. Some of you, your Chiron may be in Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. But by opening up your heart and saying, I will do the things that make me happy, and I'm going to persevere and move forward. And I'm going to allow these messages to come in so I can understand the big picture and do the shadow work, whatever it is. I don't know, look at that for a minute. Whatever it is that we're needing to face. You know, I feel like it's facing the things that we have in our life that we know doesn't serve us. Our patterns of behavior, could be patterns of thought, with that Gemini there being in our head. It can be habits. Because this kind of reminds me of the devil here, like shadow energy. Stuff that, we haven't wanted to face. But if you look at her, the look on her face, to me, is a look of compassion. She's looking at those things. Yes, I did this. Yes, I did that. Yes, I know this is something I need to let go of. This is something I need to change the way I look at or change the way I do this. It's that stuff. And in turn, when we face that, whatever this thing is that we're being asked to look at and heal and release, excuse me. Underneath that is Jupiter return benefits, 49. It's a 13, which breaks down to a 4. And that's back to stability. It's a full circle moment, all the way back to, because when I get the 4, I see the 4 of Wands and the Tarot, or the 4 of Swords, when he's resting and looking over the things that's happened, or the 4 of Cups, the offers that's been made, and the 4 of Pentacles. What have we held on to that we need to let go of? Each one of those things, once we've worked on those and established what they are, where the root is, and how we can release them and be in flow state, then the Jupiter return card that comes in here, benefits. I don't know if you can see that. But it's once, and right under that, 4th house roots, another 4. You guys can be possibly seeing 444. The song that's playing right now is Best at Loving You, Michael Franti and Spearhead. I think this one played last night. I think even though he's talking to someone else, be the best at loving you, I feel like that's how we need to be within ourselves. We need to be the best at loving ourselves, because in turn we mirror that energy. We love who we truly are. Then that energy shows outside of us, as within, so without. And then we draw in others that are a match to that energy. You know, what are your true roots? You know, or is there a root system within yourself that needs to be taken out? You know, some of you, it also may be that you're planting new roots, you know, and I feel like that's what's going on with this new moon in Capricorn is we're planting the roots for the future. But are there any roots that we do need to pull out? Are there any that, with the Aries I am card, you know, underneath that's faith. You know, I feel like it's establishing new roots, and with this Aries I am card, we're pushing forward through this, taking the leap of faith. What needs to be done to go after our dreams, to do the things that we want to do, the things that we love to do, that our joy, what brings us joy. So I feel like that's what's going on with the collective at this time, you know, establishing or looking at stability within self. You know, what is it that we're wanting to let go of so that we can create new? Because in order for us to make new, create new in our life, we have to release the old energy within us, the old belief systems, the old patterns of behavior, that kind of stuff. Once we are able to release those things, then we're able to build on a firm foundation. You know, we have to have that balance within ourselves in order to create and manifest from a stable place. So like I said, I feel like, you know, we are on between now and the 11th, or some of you may have already received messages, downloads. Ancestors have been really heavy through this. The past couple of ones I've done lives, a lot of ancestor cards have come out. A lot of ancestors been present. And they are guiding us. They're trying to get us. They're like, hey, let this go. Hey, come on. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. We're getting the green light to go. You know, we have to have the belief within ourselves that we can do this. You know, employ the Leo energy, the Leo of I will. You know, and Leos, they're not afraid to show who they are. You know, Leo energy to me is very flamboyant, very I'm going to be me. I'm going to roar like a lion. I'm going to be who I am regardless. So if we can harness this energy and be bold, this Jupiter return comes in benefits. We start receiving what we are giving, what we are within, we will receive back. In this card, I didn't even notice that. It's a masculine, feminine, masculine and a feminine holding each other. Looks like a statue. I don't know if you can see that, where they're embracing each other. So some of you may be embarking on a new relationship as well. But I really feel like this is an overall timeline change. Maybe new home, new place to live, um, new relationship. And if you're in a happy, healthy relationship, then obviously this doesn't apply. But this can be your new friendships, new clients. It doesn't have to just be romantic. New friendships, all that. And even in this fourth house roots card at the top, it looks like I can't even tell what that is. But it does look like an embrace, like two people embracing. Being in the fresh energy of Aries, taking that leap of faith and having faith. 3-3. Some of you may be seeing 3-3. But knowing that it's time to take the leap. Be bold. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like I said, tonight is vulnerability night. Underneath that was another 3, Mercury mind. And underneath that is Yod, destiny. So that is what I have collectively with these cards, the Black Moon Astrology. I'm going to put these over here for now. Let's see if we have anyone come in for a energy reading. Since yesterday, I've been using, so last night's live, I used this Alice in Wonderland deck. I feel like it's very appropriate for right now. It's because I feel like going through a serious rabbit hole right now. Like not in the sense that, negative things. I feel like most of the collective is very balanced and calm in this moment because we know things are changing and we're more in a flow state. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of epiphanies, a lot of action. So let's see here. Bottom of the deck, wake up, 25. It is your moment. That equals a 7. 7s are very spiritual. So first thing I heard with that, blindfolders are off. Anywhere that we have been blind to something within us or certain things, we have to go through certain levels of understanding within ourselves, several different levels of clarity, of shadow work, in order to get to a space where you can actually see what's going on. Like with your third eye, you can actually see, not walking around with a blindfolder on. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. Celebration, messages, and the world, and the Emperor. Six of Cups. No, is that Six of Cups or Strength? I believe that's Strength card. I always mix that one up in this deck. This is the Good Tarot. Moon and Chariot. Some secret movement, maybe. So some of you may have already received a message, a download, or an actual physical, tangible message from a business, company, person of interest. Emperor gives me very business vibes, but someone in a place of power. So having the strength. So having the strength to walk through this, knowing that even though we're unsure, this is new territory for us, you know. We're unsure of what's next. Knowing that we got to move forward. Nine of Cups. Ace of Wands. Some of you may be secretly moving forward. But I feel like this is just the unknowing, because this is new for us, new energy. So we're kind of learning how to navigate. So this is new. And like I talked about with that deck, with the Leo card, you know, embracing that Leo energy enables us to move forward with the Chariot and speak our truth with this Knight of Wands. And have that Nine of Cups energy within ourselves. Feeling abundant and self-secure. Having love of self. Knowing that we are enough. And putting our passions out there with the Ace of Wands. Not being afraid to speak your truth. And under that, Three of Pentacles, collaboration. Six of Pentacles of equal give and take. A collab of equal give and take. So the main thing is not to get, yes, we do need to look at things, but not get too much up in our heads to where we cause conflict within ourselves. Allow the transformation to happen. Allow, like I was saying earlier, it's flow. Just allow things to flow. So some of you, each one of you guys is going to be different as far as what we're waking up to. Like it says, it's your moment. So collectively, it's our moment, step up to the plate. And with that card there, I feel like we all, the collective knows that we're not alone in this. We have our higher self, we have our spirit guides, we have God, we have all those things with us. We're protected, we're guided. You know, I get that with that little mouse there. Can you see him? Right there. You know, and to me, she looks a little afraid. See if I can get it where there's not a reflection. But the look in her eyes, she looks like there's a little bit of tears there. Transformation. Scorpionic energy. 10 of Cups. So if we allow the flow of this energy of transformation, 10 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. We have to obtain, you know, this love within self. Once we have that, our cup is full. And we know how to balance it. We know how to transmute energy. We know how to handle situations differently than we did before. These are all things that we've learned on this path. Make sure that we take the time that we need for whatever downloads that we get, see things from a different perspective, be patient with ourselves, and others. And then a message of emotion, a message of love, a message of apology, of truth. You know, truth to me would be a swords. But I'm feeling more emotion with that card. And this doesn't have to be from a person. This can be from your ancestors, your guides. You know, she's talking, it looks like in the card, you know, that she's talking to a seahorse. So, like I said, ancestors, guides. Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Two of Swords, Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and the Sun. So it's about recognizing what you truly want, what we truly want as a collective. You know, being at that crossroads, you know, what should I do? Two of Swords in my head, Four of Wands, you know, making sure that we make a stable decision within ourselves. Four of Pentacles, not holding on. You know, we have to allow things to flow. We can't hold on to anything because that just creates resistance. But by letting those things go, the Sun card, you know, things will be illuminated. Some of you, it might be about belief systems. Some of the messages you may get, there may be, you know, some of you may talk about this. This may be something that some of you are healers, teachers, guides. Some of you may speak about religions or have different religions. And it's possible that, someone may be bringing in a small offer, a tangible offer, a reliable offer of a Two of Cups. Two of Cups can be anything. It can be friendship, business, anything. Because it doesn't, Two of Cups doesn't mean, doesn't just mean a love relationship. It can be any relationship in our lives. And with the High Priestess, that's a 2. 2 of Cups, and the High Priestess is also a 2. Having the knowing that this offer, whatever these downloads are that are brought into us, to our awareness, whatever this offer comes in, we're going to recognize it. We're going to know it within our soul that it's going to bring us the 9 of Cups energy, the stability that a lot of us have that within ourselves, and we're wanting to manifest that. So right now it's about planting seeds for the next harvest, and planting stable seeds is what we are doing at this time. Ace of Wands, Hermit. What else? And the Fool. And I believe the Aries one came out when I was reading that deck about taking a leap of faith. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's collective energy for this evening. Don't be afraid to be yourself, collective. Be bold. Be proud of how far you've come. Don't hold back, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like I said when I started, this video is about helping us to be more vulnerable, helping us to be more open with who we truly are, being good with being who we are, because we've cleared a lot of the blockages and the avatars and the belief systems and things like that. So I'm getting the unmasking, knowing who we are. And it's our time. It's our time to do this. And on the bottom, the world. So with that, I think that's the messages that needed to come out tonight for the collective have come out. 3833 on the clock right now. And it hasn't. Oh, and it just skipped to 3838. 1111. So apparently this was just for me to do this video for the live, for the collective energy reading. I do very much so appreciate you guys. Just know that you are loved and appreciated. You're beautiful just the way that you are. I want to thank each and every one of you, ones that come on later and watch the live. Thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes. And I will go ahead and get off of here. I don't feel like there's anything else that needs to be said at this time. So you guys have a beautiful evening, and I will see you soon. Good night.